Morning, Falcon. I come to see Starpiece on the holiday. I came on plane, train and automobile.
Hey my ducks, and welcome back to another Sharpies World video. So what I'm going to do this week, we're actually going away soon, and a lot of people always ask me, so what are you going to do with your pond, what are you going to do with your fish while you're away? So I thought, well, okay, what I'll do, I may as well film a little short video of how best to leave your pond when you go away. So one of the first things to think about when you're planning on leaving your pond or leaving your fish is work out actually how long you're going to be away for. If you're only going away for a few days, your pond, your fish will be absolutely fine. If you're going away for a week, your pond and your fish should be absolutely fine. If you're going away for probably longer than 2 weeks, a bit more planning and prep probably needs to come into it. So first of all, plan how long you're actually going to be away for. Do you really need someone to come and look after your pond and feed your fish? Remember, your fish are absolutely omnivores, which means they'll eat absolutely anything that's in that pond. There's plenty in the pond, especially mine because of the plants. There's plenty in that pond to keep them going for a good couple of weeks, maybe a little bit longer. In our case, we're actually going away for 10 days. We've actually got a house sitter because we've got pets, we've got a cat, so the house sitter's going to come and look after our cat for us. So while this house sitter is in our house, obviously she may as well feed my fish. So, first of all, you want to think about preparation. So before you go, I'd make sure your pumps are clean. This is what I'm going to be doing in a minute. I'm getting my pumps clean, and then I'm going to do a Nexus clean. I'm even going to get the hoover out and hoover the bottom. It'll just put that extra bit of pressure off the filter while I'm not here. We're actually going away for 10 days. I'm going to box filter cleaned. This all comes down to preparation before you actually go away. It's something, if you do have a neighbour or you have a family member coming to look after your pond, the last thing they want to do is come and clean your filters out for you. I've actually got a Nexus filter, which at this time of year I'm probably cleaning out twice a week. So I'm going to give it a full clean today, 3 or 4 drops. Another reason why I'm going to get the pond hoovered as well, and my box filter all cleaned, because it's going to be 10 days before I can come back and clean that Nexus again, and that is going to be grubby as hell. It's going to be terrible. So that's the first thing I'm going to do in terms of my prep today. So I'll start with the Nexus, we'll do the box, I'll get the hoover in while the Nexus is cleaning, and I'll get all my pumps cleaned as well. And another good thing to do as well, just check all your pipe work, especially if you've got flexi pipe like me. Make sure the Jubilee clips are all tight. The last thing you're going to want to do while you're away is a pipe pops off and you've got water pissing out and emptying your pond. So we'll get the Nexus clean first. I'm not going to go through the full cleaning process. I've got plenty of videos on that, how to clean a Nexus, about installing a Nexus, so go back and check those videos out if you want to watch them. So while the Nexus is cleaning, that's when I can do the hoover or the box filter. Just let that sort out. It's not actually that bad for saying I only did it a few days ago, but like I say, it's going to be 10 days before I can get that clean again, so I'm going to give it a good 30 minutes boil, and then I'm going to do about 3 or 4 drops I think. So that's all spick and span to last the 10 days. For those who have filters, like specific filters where you've got the filter floss on top, sometimes that needs replacing every single day, so when you're going away it might not be a good idea to use the filter floss. I'll probably take that out, because the last thing you want it to do is to block and then your filter overflow and cause numerous problems. So things like that I'll probably take out while you're away, just so you haven't got to sort of rely on it, and then just get it all back in once you're back and get your pond clean again. Of course, everyone's got different filters, so I can only speak for those people who've got a Nexus, but if you're worried about your Nexus because they clean in a lot more regular, don't forget, your overflow, you can bypass all the mechanical stage, so when your water comes through, all you've got to do is turn your overflow, and then your water will go straight into your outlet. Yes, it might murky your pond up for a little bit, but especially if you're only going away for a week, it shouldn't be so much of an issue. If you're going away for longer than 2 weeks, then it's something you might not want to do. You might want to get someone to come and clean your Nexus out, because they can obviously get blocked up quite easy. but it is an option for you. What you gotta do is just see your overflow, just turn it to the side, and once your water gets pumped through, it just comes straight through your overflow, bypasses all this, and of course then it'll just go straight back to your outlet into your pond. But you want to keep it going because you want your pump going for aeration. So don't bypass the whole filter altogether and switch your pumps off. That'd be the last thing you want to do. It's just an option for you if you're going away just for a few days or maybe even a week. So whatever filter you've got, guys, just make sure you give it the full clean before you go. Like I say, it's the last thing the neighbour wants to do if you're going away for a while, or someone who's come to look after your pond. It's the last thing they're going to want to do, so get it all cleaned out. Best thing to worry about while you're away. And just remember that when you come back straight away, that's going to need cleaning. Right, so while that's do that, I'll probably do my box filter. To be fair, that isn't that bad at all, is it? Just proves the Nexus is doing its job. That's only going to need a bit of a rinse. Right, so while the filters are off, I can get the pumps out. We'll give the pumps a good clean, and then we can get the bottom hoovered as well. The last thing you want is your pumps failing because they got blocked up while you're away. Like I say, if you have got someone coming to look after your pond for you, they probably won't even have a clue. And that's what's inside the cage, so give all that a rinse out. Some people might go and switch their water features off. Probably wouldn't recommend it if you're going away in the summer. Obviously if the UK have a heat wave again, you're going to need all the aeration you can get. So if you're going away during the summer, definitely keep your water features and waterfalls and stuff like that on. Don't switch them off unless you're going away in the winter, guys. And one thing I do recommend, obviously with your water features and waterfalls, is just double check all the pipe work that's feeding them. Especially if you've got a waterfall, the last thing you want is a pipe that comes loose from a Jubilee clip that's not tightened up, and it's basically going to empty all your pond. Same with any water features. Luckily my pipe work, if it came off, nothing's going to change, it goes straight up. The only thing that can happen with mine is, especially with this thing, if it blocks up and water's pissing out the top, but that never ever happens. So yeah, if you've got waterfalls, just check all your pipe work. The same what's going to your filters, just do the same routine really. Just get them all checked, get them the Jubilee clips tightened up. The last thing you want to do is your pond emptied. That's that one all clean, just switch back on. Water will come out. There it comes. Right, to be fair, in terms of hoovering your pond, it's not really that necessary unless you've got a really sort of messy pond, but I like to get a water change done anyway, and this is a great way of doing a water change. So get the hoover in there, just takes a lot of waste out and a lot of water, so I'm doing a water change at the same time. There's a bit of waste build up around, especially around my pumps. There's just certain dead spots in the pond, so I just want all that cleaned out before I'm away. Again, it just puts less pressure on your filter where you're not at home. It's not too bad, to be fair, on the bottom of this pond. Again, it just proves my Nexus is doing its job. If your ponds have a lot of waste that do build up on the bottom, it might be a good idea to just to give it a hoover before you do go away. Right, so my pumps checked, pumps cleaned, even the feature pump, both filters are clean. I know I haven't got to worry too much about my filters, pipe work checked. I'm just filling up the pond now after the hoovering. That's my water change done. Again, tick them off your checklist that you've made in terms of your preparation before you go away. So next, what you've got to think about now is how long you're going away for. Will your fish actually need food? So like I said earlier, remember your fish are omnivores. They'll eat absolutely anything in this pond. From the algae that grows around the side, from plants if you've got them, insects, your fish will be fine. Probably a good 3 weeks, to be fair. It's only if you're going to go away longer that you probably need to worry about it. And like I also said in this video, we've got a house sitter anyway looking after the cats, so she may as well drop a bit of food in from a fish. Now the last thing you're going to do if someone is feeding your fish is to give them the tub of food, because all they're going to do they're going to get handful after handful and put it in. I've seen it happen. In fact, it was my father-in-law's pond, and if he's watching this video, he'll be nodding away, because he got someone to feed his fish for them, and what did they do? They probably had a tub of food like that, and they emptied it all within a week, and he come back and his pond was orange, and it was water change after water change to get it right. So that's the last thing you want to do if someone is coming to feed your fish. So what I suggest, specific instructions. Egg cups, tubs, a scoop. Tell them how many scoops to put in. Now what I'm actually going to do, and I probably recommend this for most of you as well, is to bag the food up and label it. Now because I'm not here, and I've obviously got filters that are going to need cleaning and stuff like that, I don't want a lot of pressure being put on them filters. So I'm only going to get this person to feed my fish every other day, and it's only going to be once on that day as well. So a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, and then probably the following Sunday or Monday for the next one. We're only away for 10 days anyway. So I'm going to measure it out. I've got my egg cup, which I measure to feed my fish anyway. I'm going to put it in a few bags. We're going to get it labelled up, and then she can know when she comes on a Thursday, she can put it in when she comes on a Friday or whatever. They're the days to feed the fish just in that specific time. Doesn't even have to be the normal amount that you feed them. So all I'm going to do, 3 egg cups for each bag, and then all they need to do, I'll label it up. So each bag all labelled up, just can't go wrong. So Friday the first week, Sunday, Tuesday on the second week, Thursday on the second week, Saturday on the second week, and I'm back on the Sunday anyway. So that's all ready for the person to feed the fish, put them in a tub, and that's your food sorted. Recommend you do the same. Of course, if you've got an auto feeder on the side of your pond, then fair enough. But again, I'd probably recommend that you wouldn't use them anyway. If you have a malfunction and it splurts out food after food after food, or the it's got a leak and the food's getting damp inside, and you're putting damp food back into your pond that's going mouldy, it's probably not the best of ideas. If it's only for a few days, fair enough. But if you're away for a fortnight or longer, it's probably not a good idea to use. But you know, that's entirely up to you really, but that's just my sort of thoughts on it. I know people buy these auto feeders for that sort of one of those specific reasons, if they work long hours and stuff like that. But if you've got someone to come and check in on it, then fair enough. It's just something to think about really. Again, for those with the fry vats, and those are some of you out there that's got the fry vats, or you've got tub of fry or fish tanker fry, then they probably are going to need feeding. I don't think they're going to go more than a few days. They're going to need feeding quite constantly. So an auto feeding might be good for them. Or again, get someone who's quite competent to feed them for you. Again, specific instructions. Ideally, a fish keeper who knows what they're doing, who can look after your fry for you, and come and look after any maintenance on the fry vat or the fry tank. So there is sort of exceptions when it comes down to fry against your normal size pond fish. Again, something to think about in your preparation and planning before you've even gone away. So another thing you might want to think about as well, especially if you've got fish that are jumpers, so maybe some kind of netting, some kind of barrier to go on your pond. Obviously if you're worried about predators while you're not here as well. Now there's 2 great channels that you can go and watch. There's Phil at Telford Koi, and there's Lee at Koi Soldier. He's actually on his first pond because he's now building his second pond. But both of them have built a netting on a frame, which is absolutely brilliant. 2 great channels, go and watch them out. Go and watch them. So that is a good idea you can do. I actually got enough time to do that. I didn't really think about it, to be honest with you. I have got a big net I can put over as well. With your plants, it's a bit more sort of difficult. You can obviously, if you've got a pergola, put them down the side. Another thing you could think about is obviously security. So I've got my security cameras up. I can sit on the Lanzarote beach. I can sit and stay at the pond. And where they're both pointed, I'll know if my water level's dropped. I'll know if my pumps have stopped working. I'll know if nothing's coming out the filter. And there, a click of a button, I can sit wherever I am and sit and watch my fish and my pond and the water returns and all stuff like that. It's also alarmed as well, so when the person does come and feed my pond, I'll know what time she's coming. I'll know if anyone's coming up to my pond, I'll know if any predators are coming up to my pond. In this case, I'm getting on the blow as quickly as possible. And the good cameras as well, so I can keep an eye on everything. In terms of medications, if you are medicating your pond, I probably wouldn't recommend putting any medications in up until the week that you're going away. Especially with medications, that when you're dosing the whole pond, you do need to keep an eye on your fish. And obviously, if you do it the day before you go away, there could be an issue once you've gone. So if you are medicating the pond, I probably wouldn't do that up until at least a week before you go away. Any kind of medication, even if you're doing the blanket weed, answer stuff. Any fish that need treating, again, probably do them way before you do actually go. Just make it a bit easier for yourself. If you are getting someone to come around and check on your fish in the pond, get them round. Show them your routine. Show them how much food you put in. Show them the pumps. Show them where all your switch boxes are, especially your main switch. Of course, if you have a power cut, it's more likely to trip. When the power comes back on, your pond might not come back on. It's all things for you, the person who's looking after your fish in your pond, to think about. They're not going to have a clue. Me myself, I've obviously got my circuit box in there, so if the power goes, most likely that's not going to come back on because it trips the switches. If there's a fault with your pump, it will trip the switches, anything. So get them round, show them your routine, show them where things are. Something else as well, especially if you've got someone who's a bit of a novice who hasn't got a clue, especially if it's just a neighbour who has come to look after your fish in your pond. If there's no number you can leave him of an experienced fish hobbyist, then maybe leave a phone number for your local koi dealer, because if any issues and they can't get hold of you while you're away and they do need a bit of an emergency or a bit of advice, they can always ring your local fish dealer. Obviously get their permission first that they can actually do that, but it's another good idea to use. Then they can ring them up just in case. Right guys, so that's sort of my hints and tips of what to do when you're leaving your pond and your fish when you go away. That's my normal routine I like to get done. Everyone's probably has their own ideas, so put in the comment below if I missed anything out, good ideas for when you are leaving your pond. I probably do recommend though that if you are going to get someone to come and look after your fish in your pond, ideally try and get someone that's an experienced fish keeper themselves, someone who's already in the hobby, because they will know what to do in case of emergency especially. They'll know how much food probably to feed your fish. Not everyone has that access unfortunately, so if you are going to get a neighbour, like I said, make sure you do leave specific instructions. Normal pond fish, again like I said, should be fine anyway, but if you do, again leave those instructions for your neighbour. So yes, that's basically it really. Again, like I say, if you've missed anything out or you do recommend anything yourself, something you normally do in your routine when you go away, especially in your planning and prep, and put them in the comments below. If you did think this video was a worthwhile video, make sure you do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed already, then please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me out a lot as a channel, and it helps my channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. And of course, everybody is welcome. You don't necessarily have to have a pond. So if you're going away, have a great holiday. I know I am, and we shall see you when I'm back off of my jollies for a nice pond update next time on Sharpie's Pond World. Cheers my ducks, I'm going for the sangria. Bye.
See ya.
Meet down there, guys.
Alright, yeah, see ya.
Don't want to go out, can't get out, come on.